Hello, Stampers! Happy Monday! It's that crazy time between the holidays that you have no clue what day it is, but I'm here to tell you it's Monday. It's time for Laura's Dose of Stamping Therapy. So here I am. I have a little mishmash of stuff today, but a couple things that I wanted to share with you before we get started are the finished December paper. No, yes, December paper pumpkin. I'm always like it's a month ahead, but we're still in December. So I finished the last three cards. If you want to check out the full kit of the December paper pumpkin kit, then check out last Monday's Laura's Dose of Stamping Therapy. So we have these cute cards, and these three have the flowers, and then this other one has the present. Super, super cute. I love that gold foil strip. It adds so much. Which actually, it's the stripe on the background, the little leaves, and then the centers of the flowers are the polka dots of the present. So super, super cute there. And, oh, hold on just a second. I feel like they did something totally new to the live. So I hope my comments and everything come through okay because it looks different. But you know how Facebook is, they change it daily. Here's the second set. Three of them are holding the heart, and the other one is holding the present. And after last Monday's, then I had someone comment and say that this is a red panda. And now I'm like, totally. I can totally see a red panda there because they're kind of like a mix between like a raccoon and a fox and a bear. And that's what this is. It's red, but it's got the stripes and it's cute and everything. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a red panda. And then the last set are these two little koalas, and three of them have the cupcake and one of them has the present. Super, super cute. And they all have these fabulous mint macaron envelopes with the stripes on the inside. Super cute. The January 2021, whew, that's crazy. But that kit is actually going to be 8 full-size cards that are going to be red and pink and have some hearts on it. But they can be used for Valentine's Day, anniversaries, or any way that you want to show your love. So, of course, you could always show your love with hashtag Happy Mail and send it out to someone just randomly whenever you start thinking of them. But sign up for that one by January 10th so that you can participate in that. I know during the winter months, you're kind of stuck inside and things seem kind of womp, womp, womp. So it's a great time to try out Paper Pumpkin. Try it out for the winter months, whenever you're stuck inside. Try it out for a single month. But it's a super good time to try it out. Start off the new year with some fun cards to be able to send throughout the year. I did leave a link in the description so that you can get signed up for Paper Pumpkin. One of the other things that I wanted to share with you, of course I had leftovers from this Paper Pumpkin kit, but I wanted to show you how much I love Stampin' Up's kits because you always get so much extra. So remember this kit that I did forever ago? It was a Christmas card kit, and it's called Joy of Sharing. I didn't actually check, but this will be retiring on January 4th, and it might even be on sale. I'm not 100% sure, though. So check it out. I can always leave a link in the comments. If you specifically want a link, then just leave me a comment saying, share the link for the kit, and I'll be sure to get that for you. But with this kit, I felt like I used a lot of the die cuts, and there's like 1,000,001 left over. So I used a lot of the gold glitter dots. So it's actually these little dots, but this thing is full of them. And I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets of all of these left over. as well as what you see here in this box. So there's so much leftover tags, labels, banners, and all of these poinsettias and pine cones. And like I said, I didn't skimp on the cards that I made. So you could make like 1,000,001 other cards if you just grabbed some Mossy Meadow cardstock, maybe some gold foil, maybe you just decorate on Whisper White or something like that. But yeah, so much extra goodie. I love that about Stampin' Up's kits. There's always plenty of extra goodie. Okay, so this is actually a card set that I did for Christmas, but I wasn't sure if I needed more Christmas cards, so I thought these would be great ones to hold back if I don't actually need them, and make thank you notes with them, because obviously we have the snowflakes. So I'm using the Snowflake Wishes stamp set, and I'm going to use the Thank You Snow Much. So if you've ever ordered from me, you know that at the end of the month, I always send thank you notes to all of my customers, because you guys are amazing. And so I thought, well, this will be perfect for my December and January. Heck, you could even go into February, but I don't think there's probably enough of these to last into February. But I was just going to make these cards into thank you cards. And I know with this year, some people maybe weren't gathering, but were mailing their gifts out. So they might want to send a thank you to just say, hey, I got the gift. You know, because after all, shipping has been crazy. So you just want to say, hey, I got it. If anything, of course, a thank you is always super sweet. So you can always do that. Also, if you are one of my customers and you get that card every month, then there's always times that you're not going to get a thank you card, as I don't always write inside of them, or I don't write inside of them so that you can reuse the card. And I'm sure you don't always need thank you notes, but you sometimes need other cards. So if you ever happen to get a birthday card from me as my month-end thank you note, don't be surprised. One, I'm just keeping my stash somewhat level in all categories. And two, I might have run out of thank you notes. And three, like I said, you might not always need thank you notes. You might need a birthday card. So I'm here to help you out with that. I don't know that I'm getting comments. It looks so weird now. So I'm so confused. So I would say if you guys are on, comment like crazy so I can see if they're going to show up. Ooh, there's a comment right there. That's so weird. Hi, Holly from South Dakota. Is it super cold and snowy up there? I know it's like super gray and gross today, and kind of chilly, but like yesterday, or wait, what day is this? Yeah, yesterday I think it was like almost 50. It's crazy. My phone says like earlier last week, so a week ago, it was like 50. And then Christmas Eve and Christmas Day were really cold. So it was like tomorrow, 22 degrees less, or 18 degrees more, or like it's so crazy. So 2 days ago it said 18 degrees more. Yesterday it said 22 degrees less. So it's back cold again. Of course, you can never really trust a forecast a month out, but it looks like January is going to stay in the 40s or below. And I know the 40s or below is probably laughable to some of you guys up north, who are used to much colder temperatures. Hi, Karen. Look at all you girls from South Dakota and Illinois. Hi, Susan. Yeah, you guys are all probably thinking I'm crazy with my cold weather talk of the 40s. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the 40s. I would be okay with like one snow, maybe like 3 inches, and then the roads are immediately cleaned up. Although I'm not really going anywhere this year, or not year necessarily, but I'm not really going anywhere that much, so I'm not as concerned about the roads, but you just never know. And I want people to stay safe. Even if I'm not on them, I still want others to be safe. Angie from East Texas, tell me about your sunshine and warmth. Or at least usually it's warm in Texas. Oh, wow. Yeah, winter weather advisories always kind of freak me out a little bit. So here I have the Snowflake Wishes Designer Series paper. So one side is kind of splotchy. You can see that there's like some darker spots on it. And then the other side has snowflakes. Technically, the original card, I embossed it with snowflakes. So it's got like texture upon texture because it's snowflakes embossed on printed snowflakes. But these aren't actually embossed, and I didn't bring over my embossing. So we're just going to do these regular. And I'm layering this piece, which measures 3 3/4 by 5, onto a piece of Seaside Spray, which measures 4 by 5 1/4. And then my card base is Night of Navy, which is a regular size card of 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 folded in half. Perfect day for stamping, yes. The days when it's icky outside, like I just want to pop in a movie that I've seen a million times. I'm one of those people that likes to rewatch movies, especially like chick flicks and stuff. Pop in a movie to where I really don't have to watch it. I can just hear it or look up whenever I know that it's like a favorite part of mine, and stamp. And since I'm in the basement, I can pretend like the sun is shining. The only downfall of that is that's what I used to do when I didn't have kids. Now with Claire, she's not, a big fan of snuggling down and watching movies all day and doing nothing. So it's a little bit different, but still fun. And if it's not super cold or raining, we try to go outside at least once. Because 1, I think she would live outside if she could. And 2, it helps burn off energy for her. And apparently I'm out of Seaside Spray and I have 2 of these pieces left over. So now I'm just going to tie some Night of Navy ribbon around it. One of the easiest ways, if you do like to cut off the spool, you can of course work on off the spool. But if you prefer to cut, if I'm just a knot, if I'm doing just a knot, I measure around the card and then to either side. So if I have that much ribbon, then I know I can create a double knot. So that's a little measuring tip for you. And so that works with every size. Like if you have a small piece, just wrap it around and go across the front, going both ways, and then you can do a knot. Now, if you're going to do a bow, you definitely need more. Yeah, that's always a good little trick that I like to share as my way of measuring. Like, for example, if I was going to go this way, then I would take my ribbon spool, go across the front, wrap it around, and go across the front, and then I would cut right here. So it's across the front twice and across the back just once. And then I would save that much ribbon. And I'm a really big ribbon user. That is probably my #1 embellishment is ribbon. Let me know what your #1 embellishment is. Is it ribbon? Is it Wink of Stella? Is it some sort of bling or like, I don't know how to explain, rhinestones, pearls, like jewels, dots, any of those sort of things. I would definitely say ribbon is probably my number one. One of the other questions I get asked a lot is, I sometimes cut my cards like this in half. So 8.5 by 11 cut in half makes 2 card bases. But you can also cut in half right here and make 2 card bases going the other direction. Let me see. No, I don't actually have one of those. Oh, yeah. So this isn't the correct size, but like you can cut it in half and then you have 2 cards like this and then they stand like an easel. And people ask me why I do one versus the other. There's no rhyme or reason as why I do one or the other typically, because sometimes I just happen to cut it in that direction and go with that. But every once in a while, I do go the other direction, the easel style, when I know I'm going to wrap ribbon around, because you're using less ribbon to go around 4 1/4 than you are to go around 5 1/2. So I will show you that. If I were to do this card, I'm going around 5 1/2. But if I were to do this card going this direction, like this, I would do it going this way and I would use less ribbon because I would be only going around 4 1/4 rather than 5 1/2. See what I mean? So that's just another little trick about saving ribbon, or if you know you don't have a ton of ribbon, but yet you still want to complete the cards, then just change the orientation of your card and you can save on ribbon. How was everyone's Christmas? Did you have a wonderful day? We spent our Christmas at home and it was fabulous. Claire even slept in a little bit. Probably the last year she'll sleep in, but then again next year we'll have a 9-month-old at Christmas time, so I don't think anybody will be sleeping in then. But yeah, it was super magical. She was so excited. And we did some gifts wrapped and some gifts, like her big kitchen was set out as Santa left that one. I'm out of ribbon, so we're just going to move forward with this. I think I'm going to put these on flat and then I'll put the greeting on with Stampin' Dimensionals. So yeah, we had a super fun day. And it was so cold, and yet Claire still wanted to go outside. So we put her coat on and took the trash out. Such fun parents we are. One other little trick is if you ever have your knot or your bow in an incorrect spot, don't worry about like trying to tie it and make it land in a certain spot. You can always bend your cardstock, which then loosens that loop, and then you can swizzle it around wherever you need it to be. I'm sharing all the ribbon hacks today. So these three still need their ribbon, but I'll put them on there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do them as is. I'll just decorate them differently. So instead of having ribbon, I might put some little jewels or something on them. Or center the greeting. Huh. Hold on. This way, I'll be forced to mix it up, make it different, and yet still use all my pieces. Because sometimes I feel like if I'm not going to actually assemble them right now, they're not going to get assembled, and then they're just going to stick around. I'm going to go, what is that? So I do have Whisper White, a piece for the inside, which I will probably stamp like a little snowflake on it, just to coordinate a little bit. But we have our Thanks Snow Much, and I'm just going to grab random Whisper White scraps and one of my punches. This is the Everyday Label Punch. And this is for the greeting. So a lot of times I stamp first and then I punch it out, but because this label is a little bit bigger than my greeting, and I'm using a bunch of scraps, and I want to make sure that the greeting fits, then I'm going to do it the opposite. And I'm going to punch first, stamp second. My scrap paper is getting pretty scrappy, but it still works. So here I have Night of Navy, and I have one of the little snowflakes, and I have Thank You Snow Much. So I'm just going to ink up Thank You Snow Much in Night of Navy and stamp it down. Ooh, that's a little high. Let's try again on the back side. Perfect. Okay, so now I can either take Seaside Spray, which is the other color I used, and ink up my snowflakes. Let's see. We could always do stamped off once, or we could do full strength. So I will do full strength, and then I'm going to stamp off and then stamp again. So you can see it like slowly gets lighter and lighter. One of the other options that you have, if you don't want to get out a ton of ink pads, maybe you don't have Seaside Spray ink, but you do have Night of Navy, or maybe you have Seaside Spray, but you don't have Night of Navy. One of the other options that you can do is ink it up. So I have Night of Navy as my, my greeting. Ink up the snowflake in Night of Navy. Stamp off once. Stamp on your project. Stamp on your project. And I might just leave it at that and not do all over, as it might like overdo it. But see how you still have that look that has that nice fade, and it's still the same single ink pad. So I don't have to get out 2 ink pads if I don't want to. I can simply stamp off to get that lighter shade. So this one is Seaside Spray, and this one is all Night of Navy. So Night of Navy with Seaside Spray snowflakes, and then this one here is all Night of Navy just stamped off. There's definitely a lot of versatility in one ink pad just by stamping off. kind of like that Night of Navy look better than the Seaside Spray. And then I want to stamp one in the center, but I want it to be really light. So I'm going to stamp once, twice, 3 times. So the third time, so you can see it doesn't like overshadow it a lot. I almost wanted to do a 4th time. That's what number 4 would look like. Very light. But see how many different shades you can get out of one ink pad? That one I kind of went overboard maybe and stamped all over. So now I'm just going to add these to my card fronts. I hope no one takes apart my cards because sometimes I have boo-boos on the back side. But that's the awesome thing about stamping is that there are 2 sides to every piece of cardstock. So you have 2 chances without wasting any paper. And after all, it's made with love, not perfection. So no one has to know about that. And if you get this card as one of my thank you cards and you rip it up and find out that I did that on the back, well, just keep it a secret. Or know that I make mistakes too and it's okay. Whoop, the little backing came off of that one. I almost feel like it needs to pop just a little bit more. So let's see. So I have a little bag of Night of Navy scraps. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch a Night of Navy label. And then I'm going to cut this in half. And we're going to do it on this one since I haven't put dimensionals on it yet. And I'm just going to place a little border on each side. This is a great way to get a layering effect without actually having, you know, 2 different size punches or anything like that. So now let's add dimensionals to this. So you can see that that one kind of pops a little bit more than this one because it has that little extra layer of Night of Navy. You could also change the greeting and do something like that to create a whole new look. And again, same punch, different looks. And if you really want to save on your scrap paper, you could always take this and slide it in, punch a half a one, So you can see I ended up getting 2 full ones and then 2 halves. And I can use that as my little side piece. Because you really only need a little bit of it. You don't need, you don't need a full swatch of it or a full punch. So much versatility with one ink pad as well as with one punch. And just to wrap this one up, I'm going to put that one down. So then on the inside, on that Whisper White piece, we'll do 1, 2, 3 in like a little triangle pattern. We can even do one up top. Or we could just do opposing corners. Or we could do all 4 corners. Trying to think of another possibility. Another option, I don't know if that's going to look good. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying them. We're going to try it anyway, but I'm just going to stamp a million times down in one corner. So I'm going to do full strength and then now that's kind of cool. Maybe it's better than I thought. And maybe we'll do it in the upper corner too. So full strength once, hold, and then just pounce, pounce, pounce. And move around. For a little like snowy effect on that corner. So there we have that card with the fabulous coordinating inside. Of course, you could always add that same effect to your envelope to really keep the coordination all together. Because then everything is full of snowflakes. So there's all of our different looks using Night of Navy ink pad and one punch. So again, this one doesn't stand out super strong with that greeting, which is why I added a little bit of Night of Navy extra. So I just used that same exact punch. And this one I rotated it, and then this one I cut it in half and elongated it. Super, super cute. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Laura's Dose of Stamping Therapy with all those tips and tricks on stamping with one ink pad, as well as some ribbon tricks, and of course playing with your punches. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful day today. Again, don't forget about Paper Pumpkin and signing up by January 10th to get that fabulous kit to get us through the winter months and give us a little bit of January fun activity. Of course, I always do the unboxing of that on one of Laura's Dose of Stamping Therapy episodes. I won't be on this Friday for Laura's Dose of Stamping Therapy, as it'll be the new year. And if I do happen to stay up till midnight, I will definitely be needing lots of sleep the next day. But I'm not so sure I'll be able to make it to midnight. And this will probably be my first year. But exhaustion is a real thing when you're super pregnant and have a toddler. So I will see you in the new year. Of course, I'll still be posting ideas, tips, tricks, and sale items here on my Facebook page. And if you're watching this on YouTube, stay tuned and jump over to Facebook and check me out. I also have a huge launch for the new catalog coming in January. So that is super exciting. Make sure you are liking and following me here on Facebook and you won't miss a thing. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Happy stamping. Love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye-bye.